I did not think, even with increased help, that Tua was going to show that he was the guy. I thought he was a little bit too limited. I thought that the offense they built around him last year and just being all RPOs all the time was an indication that they didn't have a lot of faith he could do more than that. And even with Tyreek Hill, even with Jalen Waddle, even with Mike McDaniel coming in, I was like, all right, is he going to be able to show that he is the dude? Or are they going to have 2 first-round picks and potentially have to go chase a quarterback next year? They have 0 first-round picks now. And I think part of the reason that they do, outside of their owner getting suspended, is that they are comfortable with Tua being the guy because he has shown that he can be, right? Yeah. The Dolphins are one of the best offenses in the league. I believe they're 3rd in EPA per dropback this season with him at quarterback. They are one of the most exciting offenses in the league. I was wrong about how good this offense can be with Tua, and I want to dig into some of the reasons. So where have you been most impressed with him within the confines of this offense?
The Shanahan offense is I've used this term, is that it's a training wheels offense for quarterbacks, that they give them a lot of stuff, that the nakeds and the bootlegs and all those types of things, throwing hot. They don't put a lot on the quarterback's plate. But the thing is, Tua is outstanding at those training wheels. Like he is like, he blings out the training wheels. He puts spinners on them. Like it's 24-inch training wheels, because he is awesome as a movement thrower, as a naked, a bootleg type of thrower. And there's like clips, and we watched the Lions game together, and there's other games that we watch, but in that Lions game, him throwing the nakeds and putting them every single spot and going to the right guy every single time and be able to contort his body to make those throws is exceptional. Like he's very, very good at them. Like that is why those nakeds are so good, is because he's so good at throwing on the move. The other thing too is that they've narrowed down this offense to his strengths. So it's those nakeds is one strength. Okay, but they're going to run that anyways. He's very good at RPOs. They sprinkle in the RPOs very well. He's a very good reading one guy and attacking off of that one read. That's why a quick game he's very good in. But the other thing that they have done that they've narrowed down is a couple of years ago when Tua first made his first couple starts, it was the Cardinals game was the one, was I was trying to figure out, and this was the term I used, was, is it a bug or a feature that Tua is able to pre-snap operate and find the number one read on or number one on his progression so quickly? And I was trying to figure that out. Is that because he can't post-snap progress, and trying to figure that out? But it doesn't matter right now, because Mike McDaniel has done such an amazing job in this Dolphins offense of just going, hey, get to your one read, because that one read is going to be wide the F open. And it's going to be a great opportunity for you to attack it. I talk about these Shanahan offenses having hots based on pressure, based on just a protection, everything. What this offense has done right now is made the alerts the hot, as the alert being the deep ball. Tua has been exceptional on 3rd and long. He's 2nd in EPA per drop back on 3rd and long, only behind Mahomes. He's above Josh Allen, well above Josh Allen on 3rd down. He's one of 5 quarterbacks that go over 10 air yards on 3rd and 4th down. He's also one of 5 to throw those in under 2.5 seconds. So he is going to have first read and letting it loose. He doesn't have the greatest deep arm, but the thing is, he throws with such great timing and knows exactly where to go with the ball that it just, they point him in the right direction, but he makes it work even better than it should be.
So there are 2 aspects to his game. I think that there's a few, but he plays with he's twitchy, right? Like he doesn't have a lot of arm strength, but he's a twitchy athlete. And we talked about, I remember the first time we ever talked about him was that game against Arizona, when they were running some of those play actions and RPOs, and how quickly he can operate just as a ball handler.
Yeah.
He operates very quickly.
He's like a second baseman.
That's exactly what it feels like. Yeah. So there was, and I think I used that same baseball analogy when we were talking about it. So there was a stat that came out this week that I thought was really interesting. Tua has twice as many completions over the middle of the field that are 10 or more air yards than any other quarterback in the league. And some people that are looking at that, or 2 people are like, oh, I didn't think he could throw it 10 yards. And it's like an arm strength thing. This is how this happens. Okay. I want to talk about a play where it's very similar to a play they use all the time in the Dolphins offense, where it's post-wheel RPO that they do. They did a very similar design against the Lions, but it was just straight play action. And they're sending one receiver in jet motion to run a rail up the right sideline, and they have Tyreek Hill running a little inside post. The amount of space created on this play, they're putting one defender in conflict. They're having it's play action, so you get a lot of room with the linebackers, and all Tua has to do is read the one defender that is sitting there as the slot corner. If he goes out with the guy running the jet motion, he's throwing the ball to Tyreek Hill. If he doesn't, he can throw the ball back shoulder to the guy running the wheel. He is incredibly good off that play action. I'm reading that one guy, and I know exactly what I have to do after reading that one guy. How quickly he makes those decisions and how much anticipation he throws with. That's what he's really good at. He's a really twitchy athlete with some of these RPOs and these play actions. And he knows exactly how fast he has to get the ball out and where based on one defender. And that's what they've done. The amount of space they create within the offense is better than any other team in the league. We talked about that with the Chargers. And his ability to throw on time and with anticipation into all of that space, they've made one of the best offenses in the league out of those factors. He does an incredible job with that.
And they can't run. This is where the Tyreek element and Jalen Waddle element comes in, is teams can't run man coverage against this team.
No,
because it's just
they're 31st in the league in the amount of man coverage against the Dolphins this season.
So if they're not going to run a lot of man coverage, they run a lot of zone. And when they run a lot of zone, you have to anticipate and throw to spaces, and you're reading a defender as opposed to your receiver. You're reading a landmark. And that's what RPOs are based off of. You read the one landmark. It could be a safety. It could be a will linebacker. It could be a D end, whatever it is. But he's good at that. That's why he's good at RPOs. And he can throw quickly. So that example there you're bringing up, that's what he has become so good at, or is so good at. And that's what it applies to third down as well. The cover zero plays, and this is why I said that they throw the alert instead of throwing just the hot throw, was against the Lions. He had one of the plays that it was a third down. Tyreek Hill ended up having to
third and 13.
Third and 13 was it? It's third extra long is how I bucket everything. But it's third and 13 on these plays. Oh, is this the back-to-back plays that you want me to talk about? So there's two plays.
No. There was a third and 13 that he threw the cover zero on. That's the one that you're talking about.
It was also third and
extra long. Yes.
So there's two plays I'm going to talk about here, but they're both third and 13. That's actually kind of funny. But okay, so the cover zero one was on this play. The Lions are running their cover zero. They're showing cover zero. And on those cover zero looks, the DBs will be at the sticks. So third and 13, they're at 13 yards, 12 to 14-ish yards. Because what they're taught to do is, hey, they're going to throw hot. We'll rally and tackle underneath. Boom, we're done. So on this play, the Lions get a free runner on it. But it doesn't matter, because this is where that time to throw matters, that he is bottom five or five fastest on third and fourth down, is that Tua gets the snap of the ball and just launches the alert, because Tyreek is on a double move. Well, it's like an inside fade, more or less. And he just launches it, and he's double covered on it. They are bracketing him, or they're basically going, we're not letting this guy beat us. And he still beats it, because what the Lions are expecting is that Tua is going to throw to Waddle, who's running on a crossing route underneath. So they think, oh, we flat footed, here we go. But they're making the alert live, which is awesome. I talk about this all the time. It's aiming for the home run going for the home run when the single's available. That is what good offenses do. They get these other yards, these explosive plays when most people are trying to get an efficient play. And he does that all the time. And we'll talk about the Tyreek Hill effect about all this, but he's able to do this so well because they're pointing him in the right direction. It's a perfect combination of skill set and what the offense is doing, not just with quarterback, but also the receivers, and also what Mike McDaniel is doing. They're pointing him in the right direction because he's able to make these pre-snap reads really well. Okay, let's just design it so the pre-snap read is right. Like, don't make him go to 2 and 3. Just let him go and just place the ball, and good things happen when he does that.